Is it expected what you thought when you clicked it or no? Well, we were supposed to get it out and we are gonna see if you stay happy through it. Possibly if you've already heard a few more recordings of what we gotta say, cause we got quite something to say, cause we got quite the plan for whole the planet to be safe, alright. It all starts from within and how you treat your thoughts about other people and yourself, and let them be kind. And this is how we are connected to like other planets, but also like thousands kilometers away from you. It's all interacting, and know that the NLs wants just to believe things are not good, but best you know about the field, because the field is here, interacting constantly with what you command to it, with your thoughts, deeds and beliefs. So take care on beyond just your family, but at least for 10,000s of people with every second of your deed. In collective we stand indeed. Spirit of love movement kindly asking you to keep on being you, as in a renewed you, and changing your patterns to how you have been, and those to bekommen gehst. Und wo's du bekommen gehst. Das wo's du bekommen gehst, das who you're going to be can be quite the difference. 60%, so we got some background. Welcome to another Phoenix series. We just did the 1 hour and 74 minutes and 74 seconds, as I said. Again, it's in tune. I am not making up these numbers, so 114747 means we are mirroring-ish, not mirroring but equal, means we went through quite a loophole. 4 is of course big, a biggest number of cooperation working together, the 4. The 3 is already triangle, the 4 means the 4 of us, and the 7 is the same letter as Gaia, meaning not because it's Gaia, but the 7 for me stands for the triangle. If you do your meditation, you can close your eyes, you can listen to the voice, do your inner outer work, send your lights and positive thoughts through your toes to your kidneys. It said it's in the bump under your feet. You can massage it, and just go here while we have time, staying sober. Go through your emotions, shift it out, be in touch with the radiators or a tree, bare feet as much as you can, stay away from public buildings, just use private traveling for beyond reasons, but clean air, privacy. There are 2 reasons already why gasoline cars and cars at all, because it's like one infinity-ish what they do to the environment. Is more about not having refurbished technologies that are not before 2010, when it was not separated from the same brain frequency. Again, taught by Dargama, focus upon and teach your body to be focused on the earth radiation of about 7 hertz. Again, invest in aperture and love beings and abundance for all beings, doing a lot of love. Abundance is just have enough for the moment right now, and the rest is not abundance. This is how we can create normal prices for the houses and so forth on. Of course, Africa must remain analog, very important. Analog it is, otherwise we go nowhere. Understand that the way people work isn't just human beings anymore. And the and then the 9th letter of the alphabet, you know what I'm talking about, is already not external, it's internal of the human bodies for, let's say, 90-ish plus percent. Upon, you may be happy if you still be 50%, you may be happy if you still be 50% organic right now in the so-called 2030 area time. Bendable future is rather bendable as the past, so all things happen in the past is liquid-ish. It must be spoken about positivity, positive. All science as well, Shambhala in the middle is the truth. It is just true for a couple of seconds, then it's already changeable. This is why every researcher may from now on put in notes about its own conditions, how it's feeling, what it's going through, so it's more easy to put your research in the right angle from other planets, other times and beings. We've got all a great vocabulary, and this means we may be more publishing because there is a big load of artists to be. I said 30-40% of your awakened time to be busy with research, reading, creating craft works and so forth. Because if we finally agree upon those, like the upper smart 10-20% who can just write book after book after book, I'll be watching this. I'll be publishing probably 11 books very soon, rapidly after each other when it's ready, because I have this much to share, but first of all I just go through sharing you, talking you, and of course you can play it times 0.7 or 0.4 to get exactly what I'm saying. Of course it's important to get hiring up in dimensions to get at least 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14th dimension right now. Not a lot of being doing, not a lot of being taking the opportunities that we have in this 2030s area. So a lot enough already to breathe on. I gave you an introduction, and just now relax and let it come to you, and let it come to me and to your senses, that we have here a shamanic speaker. Shamanic, I said this like with charm, seriously, with in a playful way, ever changing my patterns, not keeping in the same pattern, ever being able to change, not being busy with your identity, because it's the non-higher perspectives. Please get protection to all children, all teenagers, young adults. Build bridges between them again and again and again. Be effective. The amount of time being busy with your appearance per day, I believe I've said 7 minutes, but I found it very overdone already, but at least maximum 7 minutes. Definitely go to periods with blocking all mirrors, so just a towel over your mirror. How your hair is looking, well, how about just feeling it with your hands, camming it. Also for the girls, I know a lot of girls are watching, listening, and stuff. I hope. I'm not sure because I don't know exactly. I don't have the information, but you'll know what we say. So we do what we can. That's true. And you do what you could do, and now you do what you can. The past is to accept, and it was with God, and you can learn from it, and you can change your IDs and so forth. He's gonna prepare our best preparation. Let's see if we need a new recording, fresh recording, because this was a bit repetitive. We just aim to bloom, and we aim to get organized, and we aim to create a lot of beautiful partial audio that is able to be cut off from videos, 2 videos of like 5 minutes, longer and shorter 20 minutes, to focus upon how you're being guided. You can do some energy work, likewise in books, like We already feel 20 minutes to 36 minutes is going to be the important part for listeners, adults. Younger listeners, 45 minutes till 1 hour 5 and 1 hour 25. Not 100% sure of course, if it's still recording. And of course, while you're listening, share your thoughts and see that what I'm going to say is interacting with what you say and think, as well the whole world. And please prepare for love instead of anything else, because the field where you're interacting with, where you put your thoughts on, this is how you can achieve things. We already did a recording on the healing of one of the cities, and yeah, we understand that we need ourselves to go through a lot of emotions, that we deal with a lot of beings. It's always about yourself, talking directly with your neighbors and whomever, whatever, for 99 to actually 100%. It's always important to see that you've played your part in whatever has happened to you, and that a lot of star beings may now understand to work with their own energies and to separate them from groups and to focus upon the light that is within before anything non-good happens. If you don't feel right or correct already, I understand. If you're like 12 years old, I understand it's not easy to take care for your own household or create even a house for yourself. But best to have and have your own air to be cleaned, get your own body to be cleaned, focus upon your thoughts, and come in observation of it. Yes, we mind. Best for you to separate you from groups. Nothing to say about it. They won't actually do something not good to you. Not ish compared to if you don't stay away from it. Because if you don't stay away from it, you don't have your own mind anymore. And you're not working for me as well, universe and so forth in line. Take care for biological, local, like 700 kilometers maximum-ish, refurbished, gasoline, 400 years with a car, 400 at least, so 40, 50 years taken care. We get rid of all the rules as soon as it's possible, whether or not your car is allowed on the, we've already got it integrated, we researched it, we've already got it integrated within our minds, and we can work with others to look to our cars, but as well, when a car is driving, it's driving, and it must be changed as soon as possible to allow them on the streets to be driven from A to B. Many of us got for about 6, 7, 8, 9, we said 9 months, but it can be longer, it's just a number. Being pulled out of society, pulled back to your own, minimalize, monk style your life, stay away from each other's sexes, definitely no change of exchange of moist, no way, not at all, no way. Take care for clean water, you know what I'm saying, it's one of the objects where true you ain't thinking for yourself anymore, where the water ain't free from clean water. Chigayando subiadako, querando scorandia, Chigarondo so. Chigo on the. Chigo. Chigara in the so. Chigay. Koshkoete. Just wear a stone with you, it's already delightful. Heal your inner parts. Stay away with the F within your tooth thing, away from the F. And put your hands or stones and so forth in front of your head and pull things energetically wise out of your brain, out of everything, your legs. Just pull them off. Massage your leg. If you don't have energy, you can do something about it. Vitamin B, C, magnesium and C, they go hand in hand. You equally must add them both if you add them. Of course, ascorbate with S in it, because then the pH value is normal. Clean air. Visualize trees. If 4% of human beings actually visualize trees to play with it or understand that it has a function, do it more or less weekly, then we pull from other dimensions trees in here, and of course do it also concretely, talking about it. Small kennels, they must retain 11 years with the bioflora in it. Test it, see it, maybe here and there with just a stick, pull things out of it, just a stick. And if so necessary, later or earlier, but probably from then on, just one side, clean it, put it on the side for the insects to go back in the small kennels. And of course also worldwidely plant trees and plants alongside the oceans, the seas, for the water to go further land inwards. Focus upon seal bows. If it's not nearby, use bows of sealing of the air. Electricity for 99% directly from the net. No other way, no, not doing differently. Remove basically all non-analog things. Definitely go for a meter, analog meter of the house for electricity and gas. Analog, or as old as they get, and block them 20 times. If there's any space where you not control, that is just either of the earth, block it with 10 layers, the whole walls, with everything you've got to the walls, wood, decoration, protections of floor, foley. You've also got them in 50 centimeters, also in 2 meters. Put them on the walls, block it. At least memorize 3 scenes per laying down session when you sleep. 3 scenes is the minimum, is a guideline to remember and use. And in between time, use just pendling, if you know it. I will explain later or sooner. Cards, just everything that is kind of guiding you on the more energetically wise level. It's important because you cannot trust your own mind. You cannot trust your own mind. You must understand. You cannot trust your own mind. You must observe. You become observer of your mind. You get it? Become observer of your. Play with water. You can put intention with water. You can put a lot of intentions in it. But just to place water on certain spots in your house can definitely make more relaxation, as well as for a lot of ground. Just ground with any simple plant coming from outside or inside, or meant for outside or inside. Like potatoes, they're great plants. Got potatoes in mud, and they're already very nice. And one pot already for 4 or 5 months is, I guess. the OOD. Watch the OOD 00D on Mix Skies. Protect the food by electromagnetic fields. And your body is as well what I just said, the word. So just understand how amazing the influences of the not wired connections in our lives. Just imagine how amazing big it is. Because it is amazingly big. The good thing is about cleaning your house, the cleaner your everything is, and the more focus what you need for the coming years, the cleaner energies you attract, the cleaner people you attract. It's also a way of choosing where you're going, and be motivated, encouraged, and often just think where you are wanting, where you will be over 40, 50, 60 years from now. If you make any planning, personally research what works well, make planning for where you are over 10 years, then you make like over 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 9 years. For example, I did it for making film, and then you make one planning for like over 2 weeks. It's basically what you can remember with your mind. You don't have to write it down. And maybe you're planning for 3, 4, 5 months from now, and daily planning it's already like not openness, because sometimes it's more beautiful to achieve, sometimes it goes both directions. Six, 7 times it's more beauty than you thought you wanted to create. So you need openness. Openness is the main key. So for example, I often say health, it goes in 14 directions. Spirit of love, movement, copywriting, or however, 14 directions. So if you just focus on the body, or just focus on a body about like food, or just focus on like how social you are, like this intention effect of the intention. She wrote another book, a blue colored book, and there she writes about her research, how important it is that we feel connected to something, to a group, you know. So this is also one part of the pillars of the health. In the background we've got air filtering, but also moist filtering. We're still on time. We just got a midday going with a good sleep earlier as normally, and we slept eventually till the same time, so something is growing back. Not yet able to steer directly the physical things around me, but I have to understand that the funnel, the triangle shape, downwards pointed, there are many energies and beings working on us as a human being, and how we've moved, and how much energy we have, and how much of we are still recovering. This has to be relaxing to our mind, and please keep openness for your growth. And if something doesn't succeed and your mind says it doesn't succeed, or I must stay, I must stay in a certain focus, or I must achieve this, and if it doesn't work, then how can you achieve your goals in the coming years, right? So please be easy going with it, and if it doesn't succeed, just always keep your mind away from it, like focused in a good way of sense. So at a break between the numbers I saw was like 2020, 22, and interacting. Published even the recording before. It was very new, but it was something was kind of meditative coming through me. Like, do it directly. You now have an opening. Go for it. So eventually the computer stopped working because the accu isn't charging very well. Of course, you want it to work well. Take care for one another. Including yourself. It's very important for a lot of social integrated types, archetype people, like the ones being interested in these recordings that actually, not actually, but beyond actually care for what's happening to us all and our future. We said millions, but it's already said a limited time beyond this 2030 years is normally a collective would have also copywritten an ego. The concept is copywritten and by Spirit of Love movement, first source 0.8. So if you have 10 to share with 10 people, you will just use like 0.8 or so of it, and the rest you will give to the other 9-ish people, right? But right now we ain't have all this luxury, and many of us human beings, some of them, they must, like me, need to put their ego a little bit more up. But you're more or less healthy between 0.6 and 3, some areas 4, 5, or some areas temporarily even 10. Like American really need to go down with your ego, and if they have 10 pieces to share, please share it with 10 people. Share them all, or at least maximum keep like 3 and give at least away 7. If this is a bit the edge, I am personally seeing maybe 5. So it makes you need 5 times as much so than the others. So others just get like 0.3 or so, and you get like 1.5 of everything. Just 0.3 and you want this much. You think you are more important in your behavior and so forth. And many of us ain't focused on a collective, but it's a maximum ego to do it for your family. Again, we can stretch it. Yeah, we can stretch it. We did it. So it's the maximum ego. And the resolving issue is send light to whatever, like the ones I said. Imagine in peace and quiet. Probably you have your eyes closed. You send light to all the non-good organizations to transform and put the intention, of course, not to make them larger or bigger, but to make them come to see that they are the dark ones, that they are the devils, the non-lights, that they are in a certain way a brother of us, and they all play a part of our inner selves. It's definitely kind of a yin and a yang interaction where we play our part in. It is. But send the light and start your day often with it. Send light to your toes and you visualize the light coming from the earth to you. got the dragon word spirit, meaning we are quite in line with me as a guide for the other high sky birds in a positive sense of receiving. So we're quite at the hill of information, receiving information and what to do with it. Sometimes we walk back off these top of the hills, metaphorically traveling. This is just a video of audio. Maybe you're feeling this telepathically. Maybe you're on another planet. It's all possible. You're all part of the targeting group. And you're all okay. You're doing alright. It's not about what you've done, but what you do right now with this information. With your capacity to ground it. And understand that the non-light does a lot of things for us to not be grounded. So a lot of things happening for us to not use just ground transport. Because your grounding course, copywritten again, we found out, doesn't stay whole. If you visualize constantly while not transferring your grounding cord whole, then still it's not stays whole for 100%, but it's that at least the minimum protection you can do. So we just send our light to the non-ground transport people, travels, people who think they have a reason for it because meeting anything or anyone, but it isn't needed because we already all are in the field and we've got so much communication options. I also calmed myself down. I was definitely have been the adventurous guy, and I'm still enjoying a lot of. Eventually, am a lot of things that have happened, that I've experienced. Because I'm coming to my senses and I see the positive side of us all, and we all need to go through this. Like the air bubble that we think we haven't experienced thing well, but 90 to who knows, just 70%, 69, but who knows, 99% of what we've been through was nice, was doable. So please remember and put your time into remembering when you were 5, when you were 14. Just take time to often visualize and see what you were doing, and also just send light to this with the intention of ground transport, with the intention, it works as one flow. This is how we meditate from now on. It's alright, you just be bending the energies and get it connected to the skies and the ground, and let them all walk through it and send so much the positive energies of the positive people that we were meeting when we were 16 years old, of yesterday, of the future. Just send a lot of positive. This is how quickly it goes. The ideas come and you just send light to it. And still you always keep reminding, as I do it, you keep reminding of still the goal. The goal is ground transport. The goal is remembering things when you were 4, 5, 16, but the new ideas you just also send it light. Alright, now we see a group healing themselves. You just send it light. The whole group is like doing some kind of yoga, outside door yoga. Just take aware when you're even walking in line of each other that you're not walking behind other people because the air isn't clean. I just say how exactly it goes. Kind of need to walk besides of each other the more clean air you have, because the air coming from a human being ain't not clean, not yet. Accepting it. And welcome to our senses. Welcome to love and peace and understandings of the universe times a couple of hundred more for where we're now heading. A couple of hundred times more for ya. For me it's just a little bit growth is enough. I am obtaining understandings of universe 19.4 thousand times as much as common people from the measuring moment. Measuring moment is the last day before 2025. Soaking is very important. It's probably very much connected to my previous lives as far as it goes, because the only true, actually, because when we talk about dimension times, so we just have this body. It doesn't matter who we exactly were in previous life. Of course, to learn from, to send light from, and to be stronger. Of course, soaking does 20 days, and all they have a natural rhythm. What they mean, and so forth. So we have this as our main calendar in the future, or besides the one we're having. There is this girl in the Netherlands, she actually lives from just making the calendars. This is what she does. And this is what she does. And you can do something similar. You don't have to have the answer, you just have to get the molding energy and give the rest to the universe. It has a lot of bits and dots to think through. Also, thanks to Barbara from Heijave Publishing. She has this money about creating money, feeling rich, and by attracting to feel rich. And so right, what she writes. She also got this free audio recordings that you can definitely meditate on, like this one, while you're sleeping and waking up by playing it. I had a great experience. It's like I saw her in the room, and it's amazing. With actually all her courses. Definitely made me grow. Also saw the edges of how to make it more clean. You know, I don't think you need to buy yourself things to feel rich. I think this is not a good part. I think we must just buy about 1/3 of all our ideas maximum. So to let go of 2/3. We don't need it. We don't need to take care for it. We don't need to put energy for it. Especially if it's not second hand, like just cups, and so they hold very less energy. You can very easy clean it with putting it under the water and put your intentions. Meanwhile, with water you can always work with intentions. We all know these Japanese persons that put them under a loop and how it reacts on different energies. And our body is also like 70% energies. So just be very calm and relaxing, so your body has the option to restore. Being on the top of the mountain can also be created by just allowing you to die, to not live anymore. This has been your last day, and if you have a day longer, then you'll have. But just give it to God and say, I've done what I could. I'm not saying it because I don't want you to stay 40 plus years with me. I'm just saying that it is all communicatable with each other, with our loved ones on our sides, that we can hug, even if they're not visible. They love being hugged. Also the cats that are not living in this kind of realm, we can just hug them. They come, it's now on my shoulder one. They love it if you still like pet them, you know. Often they're way more likely to keep in your surroundings, sending you a lot of positive and light if you appreciate them, if you say thanks. So thanks all star beings guiding me through day to actually have a very relaxing day, a positive day. Understand that I cannot do much in things that I'm not very talented in, but that I can just do my own little thing, my own things that I go easy in. So I'm very thankful for all of y'all helping me make my belly feel warm, guiding me yesterday with the 0333 number, and amazing how you've managed to get and then number 8, just saying, you know, you can be our leader, but it's not fun to be us, and you shine so much light on the international issue about how to deal with you, Shaq said it, that we just saw our ego being so clearly mirrored that we decided that you have the answer. So basically a limited amount of non-light beings, they're all behind me. Shaq Static, Spirit of Love movement, becoming part of it, multiple dimensions, multiple planets, way over 300 planets still to be saved, to become organic, be amongst them, of course, Gaia, to be normal, organic, emotionally balanced. Take care for your own emotions as well. Put the boundaries. If people don't make you feel happy, and so often it can be from just hanging around the not right spots for people. So what you can do, you can put all your energy in plants and house and trees. After performances, just people, just energy balances. I've also got these author, but the positive and non-positive is just balance out, and you need to be knowing where you're going, and sometimes you need to stay away because you are more important than people who do not have boundaries, that they do not take care for their own emotions, with all due respect, because we also want them to digest their own emotions and to feel what they're doing. You know, if they put on any suit or so, to just use their eyes like a bird to be observation and to let them grow, put some light on them, to have all these beings that have nothing to do, that are actually just civilians and just placed upon a very unbalanced, not boundaries well accepted place. Just put light on them, that they see that they're not behaving within balance, the ego is not balanced, that they go through their own emotions, and that they also count in when they are interacting with a human being, that is also counted as an interaction, as a non-peaceful interaction, because the amount what it does to our emotions is about 6-7 times as much, especially when it's not your name being private or being on a spot on a certain thing. It must remain privacy when and where you were. So these that I just said, they do not calculate well. In a certain city I was healing in the middle of Frisian Empire is, they say, yeah, look at the numbers, it's more safe now, but they don't count in their own interaction, which is about 6-7, including himself. That is none good, as none peaceful, and it's highest unpeace in the city, and we must remove all this C and then the first letter and then the 13th letter of the alphabet. We must remove them everywhere. There's nothing to do for 99 plus 99.97%. That's nothing to do with privacy. Must go away. Equal for logging in. It's about 99.967%. It's nothing to do with safety of being able to log in. So keep your numbers away and keep just old-fashioned phone. Never work with any apps. Just don't use it. How? By putting on boundaries and say the non-light wants this of you. You say no. You create a new path, becoming 6-7 times as much positivity, neutrality, light, peace, equality, growth for the whole universe than when the non-light didn't appear. So trust whatever and accept whatever non-light thing is happening. If you do the right thing with it, again and 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 again, you create a plus 70%. No, not percent, times 70. If you do it again and again and again and again, more happiness and joy. So it is part of this personal Shakespeare journey that I have this monk time. Otherwise I probably would have just a wife and a kid, even if it wouldn't be blood, or just a wife, or more active friends. As I said, this is also part of the job I just described. Is that an interaction, a lot of beings weren't trustworthy, and I'm already saw trusting as something to calculate, calculate what the consequences are about trusting one, and not even use the word. Just, this is rather oosh already, right? So trust is important. Love, understanding. Understand each other, understand me. Place yourself in the positions of others as well. Place it, combine it, be trustworthy. More or less keep your word, or at least be balanced in this matter. To keep your word. So I don't say per se for 100% keep your word, but more or less keep your word. Be balanced in it, right? Come say, come sa sam sa. Yeah, I don't know what it means. It was this music album. I've been listening again. Where it comes from. And a lot of things they've been saying, because it's like 70%, 80% very positive, but they also say this and this happened and you need to be aware of it. But then I say the feel, because a lot of things they say, just speaking out non-good things and place it in the field, inner surroundings, makes it happen. So a lot of artists are, I'm now asking gently to go over your lyrics, over your recordings. Original recordings is best. You may also do it if you have still the vocals separated, but often it asks quite an organization. But just remove it like I did to Z Trilica. It's for 90 plus 97. You know, I would definitely can change more, but it's definitely a hit on the galactic level. Often I now share it. It's on lovem.bandcamp with the flower album / music actually. This is what I've done. It was also the talking. It was the month of the snake in a positive sense, meaning let go of all things. And I used it to go through music and eventually add music. And I took about a month of reflecting and so forth and taking time to actually change these things. Now I ask you to keep breathing, very slow. Very slow. Just keep breathing, keep trusting, and in many ways. What's going now? I'll see already. You got green colors, probably. Attract these green and yellow colors upon you, and visualize all these colors going around you, surrounding your body, and so forth. Keep it flowing for right now. I will be back in 4 or 5 minutes. Alright, very good. Now you change slowly to the yellow color. Pink, pink, pink color. In a certain way, it is as a certain direction, it is as a certain way, as a certain way is in a certain direction as a certain way is a direction. Wherein the direction is a certain way, directing in a certain way in a certain direction. Upon we sway and be slaying of the paradigms that we just destroyed, because we now, all the group people listening to this and us, have changed our patterns and overlooked that what we've done is not working well for the collective. For example, maximum 7 minutes for how you look and just blocking the mirrors and just feel with your hands. If you need to calm it or wash it, it's just great. So best is to keep attendance, for example, on your pillows, to have them clean often. And to actually put something over it during the day, so the air doesn't get to it. Because when you're sensitive enough, you can feel it, especially in your third eye, whether something is clean or not. It kind of stays open or not. Keep moving. I know some of you want to move. This is what I say, keep moving, keep flowing. I've got here a bike that you can just put on your chair, because you need to keep rather a good condition. So Ancilos 0010130 I saw. Means we're in tune, means I rather did it good, because I wanted to be trustworthy when I said 4 or 5 minutes, so but thanks a lot. For your light, sending your light to and through your body, because I'm sending a lot of energy to a lot of beings, and I'm carrying the world. I, as in multidimensional I, millions of times. It's about 17.4 times, 17.4 million times I'm carrying the world. And I see, reflect, feel upon that 0.3% carry more or less their own weight in responsibility, what they do to the earth and what they take from it and what they change upon the collective. Because you breathing, you definitely deserve it, but then it's not that you take something of the earth, you may not leave any trails or footsteps, as said, but just see it in the relativity and what we can change as a humankind. If we got, for example, children to understand that they will ever stay ground transport for multiple reasons, for keeping them able to ground and to be happy in long term and make grounded decisions. Because if you're grounded, you're able to make decisions. If you feel I cannot know it, you first need to ground yourself. You need to get out of your zone. It could be weeks, but you need to refresh yourself. Then you can make and decide when to do a sabbatical, or 3 or 4. Basically, we all do a sabbatical for 2000 years. It's a monk time where we go to. It's not about working anymore. It's about allowing energy to work through us and do the working for us. 2030 times, preparing for the future. Clean skies, clean many things. Clean many things. Sounds great, right? Because it does sound great. Clean many things. Just also I feel the way I flow and it works efficient. If I see a certain thing to clean, I will definitely pick up a cleaning towel, small things, doekjes, and clean. I will do it, you know, like 5-10 minutes to know that every surfaces are clean. But if my main goal was just to go from A to B, and this is something I do in between, then I remind myself that I was just going from A to B, and I put this 5 minutes extra in cleaning these things, but I will get back to it and I won't do the whole household, you know, I will just know this is A to B. And this is like the tip and the topping and the chopping and this, you always get a little bit extra of things and you accept. Some people don't see it, but many people do. We are in flow constantly, and we're also in trance, always. 98% of the time we always ever have been in trance, meaning you're not exactly know what you know do that seconds. You're steered by your own thoughts and surroundings. And well, how about this? Keep flowing and keep understanding when you have this habit of like getting the curtains up or cleaning it or play with it to not do it and see what you can do on that moment and to work on yourself. What if the neighbors see that you still have the curtains closed at 11 in the morning while you are just awake at 7, of course, and what if? And then you see inside and then you see, oh wait, it comes from the dinosaur time, for example. I'm saying what I've seen. I'm just giving an example because I'm not having this example. But I feel already sensing is a more correct word. So what we think about our neighbors and so forth and what rhythms we have on how much time we spend on those things. Instead of just 5 to 10 minutes. Accepting if you walk to the toilet or not, that other things happen as well. And accept that we have another round and then we are in flow and in tune. Today, for example, I decided to have I just have a waking up time twice. This is why and how come I did another recording, because I felt happy with it. So just sit down, relax, and do not much. Yeah, I talk. And I research. It's quite something, you know. That was quite nice. Enjoying the view and also allow things to be as they are. You know, so oh, I want this to be more cozy, or I want this to be more clean. All right. You understand your flow and your mind. If it's just your brain and your thoughts, and actually you not accepting yourself, you're not appreciating yourself, something external must change in your household and everything. Because why? You do not want to take the 5 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes it takes to just sit down, relax, breathe in, and say to yourself, I'm fine as I am. I'm worthy to live as it is. This is how we create peace as well. Some people who have healed, and this I know from experience, they are so not with rest about their house, keeping their house not the same, as long as eventually the non-peace in the world is also here in the West. This is how far they want to not look inside. And the comparison, yeah, this is your brain structure. So be careful with your brain structure. Your house is copywritten. Spirit of Love movement means I'm grounded in what I'm saying, means I appreciate what I'm saying. This is why I say it's copywritten. It also means I speak from quite some research done and so forth. Peace, brain structure, keeping the household the same, going inside, and instead of changing anything, just be alright with yourself. Save so much time in just not changing things external, and not doing things, in saying no, in not even being in a situation of where you will be asked for things to do, in distancing you from your parents, in having not at all or a neutral to positive contact with your parents, especially to the father sky, metal, to be in relaxation, to not get friction but to get space, and get to this moment after a month of non-contact that you find after maybe 20 times you did meditation, and eventually you have this few seconds before you call him, and from there on you build up. All they ask our parents, our children, to behave kindly to them, to step up in a new role. To all people, what they ask is just to behave kind to them, alright? And you will feel that eventually they put an energy back to you where through you gonna stay alive. Not the energy that, for artists, and it's so much programming. Why we local people ain't famous internationally, why we have not a normal profession in it, because it is not seen and taught to be like 1 hour of putting time in being an artist. I'm not saying being, but doing. Or 1 time in putting things from A to B, like food in somewhere, by the people who are not as young as we are. It's not seen as equal worthy. I also know, because I healed the mother of a guy that I worked together with, that created the beat of that. It's a white they have removed a lot of covers, because right now I feel better to have my face removed. Also, face things extra, don't agree upon it, because they need 30 to 35 years, because the eyebrows, a lot of things, they look alike, and it must stay private. Your three-dimensional-ish body must be yours, must not be allowed to use for anything. I know on certain drugs it's not possible anymore, but we can reverse it. We can just get back to here like, yo man, this place I visited when I was 12 years old, just a boy from the hood, you know me, they know me, and we need to reopen local stores, and we get just people, talking faces. Of course it will be great if stores in general be able to sell what they have on the streets outside, that you can stay outside of buildings for your own health, that we accept that the air coming from bodies ain't clean due to this behaving of basically coming from a lot of things, hocus pocus, we not being seen what's going on as a collective, and the seeing people that say, yo, this is not true. They weren't in peace enough, where true they weren't accepted mainly enough. True, the people weren't seeing enough. They weren't none as one. They weren't seeing that they are the others, and that just a lot of things happened, a lot of growth happened. And we accepted it was with diviners. It was, I don't say it's good, but I say millions of beings have been safe captured because they didn't care for, yeah, they cared for us not to be alive very long. This is where they focus on more now than on goods. But what they were focused on is what's happening is with us as a being for the next 100,000 of years, you know. By not standing ground, by not being grounded, by not taking care for their own karma, by beings steering them who are not taking care for their own karma too. So we just said light to what we just said. It's very important. We send light to the 2020s times. We send light and intentions of understanding each other and understanding the different opinions, and also send light that a lot of opinions were very odd, not grounded, not with a backbone, and way bigger things were going on upon our safety, upon years and years, and that the air and everything was completely safe. That we just, for example, had a lot of T cells that were protecting us from anything out there. See a lot of wings beings helping now. So we send our light. An acceptance of it. Don't feel with pity anymore. Whether we could save someone or somewhere, you now just go for clean air for yourself and get the amount of self-thinking. It's not just about how clean your body is, but it's also about how you treat your own brain, own mind, and to raise your own mind to 70+% organic self-thinking, to eventually 100, to eventually 110. Like, it's so organic, it's so good, it's so plus, that it's just over 100%. It is possible. Right now, I believe I am organic thinking at about 110%. Exactly what I'm doing right now. But I'm touching my nose. I know I'm also sometimes like 79% organic thinking. I think for me, example, it's more about the household that I was kind of defeated. Put it back at the field. I say, and from now on, I know I'll just be stronger. I am stronger. We all are stronger. If I want to finish something, I'll finish it. If I want to clean something, I clean it. And I just stay in mind and focus with acceptance that a lot of things are happening in the skies, that I won't go directly from A to Z, but we've got a lot of beings helping us. Okay, it was these beings in the earth, so we focus on the earth. They will help us to get things from A to Z directly, to directly see what we can share with others or throw out, and how and when and so forth. I want you to ask you to send a little light to me and to appreciate what I'm doing. I'm asking you to get other people taking seriously to what I'm saying, to take it seriously. Serious. 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 High Council says stay on your spot, stay speaking. 3 hours, not more, not less. share a constant flow of abundance, constant trust. And we ask you to ground yourself constantly, more, way more than you're doing now. You know you've got more grit to it, more possibilities. You know you can shake your hips more often. You can you can dance without music. You can use your bike. You can use your pull-up thing. You can use your how it's called, walking thing. You can order this rowing machine. You've seen it 3-4 times. You can order it. Not today. Just make first sure that you create space for it, because you're quite nestled in your coziness. We see upstairs your living room, downstairs your living room, and we see it creates a lot of beautiful shapes in your life and so forth. Your computer is going to be just fine. You got another Accu in it. All your new images are very important that you created together with Ask. As we say, we're not against it, we are working with it. And yes, we ask to balance a lot of things, to do it manually, and we prefer to work with 1,000 people on Spirit of Love Movement Gaia than doing it as one, and to allow each other differences in design. Just all people listening, working together, keep the design very simple. Sometimes we rather have just a blue image or red image or with no meaning at all than things that do not fit it. And we aiming to be rough but very friendly. A little bit rough, a little bit like elements of nature like stone. They also have an impact, yes, like this bird being shown in the previous recording of 1 hour 47, number 76. So now we've got number 77, quite unique. And one thing we want, Sirius says, all of you, we all want you to get not one plant, but 3 plants extra. Invest about 200 euros on having a great plant. Invest in biological mud and working on them. Put the holes not under but at the side of whatever is coming and growing. Put basically all of your plants right now, soon as you can, in a little bit, if you haven't done it, in a little bit like 20-30% bigger pot. Keep water under it. It's best to just have water under it so it just can suck the water up. Stay away from each other. Stay away from loving each other. I see many people right now have quite the eye on, because you're raising a lot of your frequency and you feel the love for other human beings, but understand, there's nothing compared to what gets back to you. If you get this feeling of being in love means feeling fairy about another one, not just love, in love. Not everybody knows what in love means, but it feels like happy about someone. Frequency 400 and higher, 370 is and higher, resonating when you think about it. But something that goes way, it feels very good, comes way back more if you put this love to yourself. Self-education, self-love, self-doctoring, self-reading, self-analyzing. Understand that a lot of your bodies are beyond words. They put in words in me, but they actually put energy, and I put with my own brain words to what I say. I have to put it more positive, but let's say below good. This is how important to understand, alright, your body isn't good right now on certain levels, on a physical level. This is why we ask you to analyze your body yourself, be in touch with it, and focus upon 7 years from now that your whole body is renewed and every cell is renewed in all things, sometimes by cleaning your digesting system. And we have quite a trick. You can eat small things that are not recognizable by your digesting system, where through your digesting system rejects everything, where through you can do your own cleaning of your digesting system, because everything will come out rather liquid. So make use of it and put your visualization and meditation on different parts, your brain. For the male, they need to, and female, you can focus on the prostate and everything, clean it, because it's heavy under let's say a spell, let's say so. And very practical, but your parts, all parts in the middle of your body, between your legs, are being asked for all of your papers that you clean with it to put them in plastic bags away from the air and keep them clean, and use the inside, so the part that's not touching the plastic parts. And your clothes, similar, put them in boxes or in plastics bags, because this is the new step. We're aiming to have over 10-20 years have a strong, solid foundation of people that actually have a clean body, that have risen to again 60-70% organic, and are the safekeepers of Gaia and all population, still counting millions of human beings. At least 200-300 million beings on planet Gaia in 20-30 years from now. And you, on a playful way, carry playful responsibility, not by carrying it and feeling the weight, but by being playful, by putting yourself in the right angle, perspective, moment and time. As we said, sometimes you just need to have 2-3 weeks to get to the right perspective. Sometimes it's just an angle of the sunlight coming through you, and visualize more light from the skies through your fingers upon you. Also can ask Saint German. You can also do but some people not, but the Celestial Promise. We are the one and only people who ever came past level 3. There are 12 levels, but eventually we are already in level 26 or so. But we passed it, and it took a lot, but we used beyond techniques that you don't understand yet, and we cannot explain in words yet. And due to the variety of people listening, we're also not aiming to explain it right now. We feel about 12 people already, but you kind of must ask for a private recording, and it must kind of be off internet thing. Then we will explain it, maybe in a letter that we write, or some important techniques that we hold and we want to give to others. Number is 1200. Not sure 1200 or 12. I believe 1.200 or 1. Yeah, it's a number. Sometimes it helps. So it means 1, 2, 1. Someone went through the portal. 1, 2 it means it goes by itself. Co-creation. You don't need to do a lot anymore. It's already working together. And 00 means the divine God. New things happening, trust, and so forth. It's also, of course, the number of the clock, so it also means it's interacting with what has happened, is going to happen. Yeah, thank you, Sirius. I feel very motivated about the rowing system and first to get first things done. Yeah, I see a mail, a mock in my mother language. They say get the DJ gear that you have in front of you. Now this magma with a gear, just get them outside of your fuel, maybe out of your, because possibly they weren't meant for you. I even want to have spare parts of them because they aren't made any, because they're being created like 10-12 years ago. But I felt energy so much of it that I cannot and I ain't going anywhere, so why not just keep them and repair them and take care of it? It's the best way. No, I cannot hold more energy with it, not yet. I'm kinda gonna see if I can get my number away from the second-hand website because it probably sent me images while I was meditating. It is possibly possible. You know, there's more sensitive ways of sensing things. It is a lot of it is influenced by your own thoughts and beliefs, and your own process. This is why the moment right now is so important. You know. And sometimes also the light beings, so they just do what they can to put you in a certain direction, but eventually not with the aim to pull it through, but just to get you halfway through and then stop what you're doing. Sometimes it is like this. But how could I ever otherwise explain it to put you in that position? Sometimes you need to go for a project fully and then just let go of everything. Sometimes it is. It is all being in tune with it because a lot of things changing and happening, and it's about your clean spirit, your cleanness. 13222. I felt so much in wow. Am I still recording? And 13222 and 32 now. It's alright. Kids, keep them away from common places. Teenagers as well. Adults as well. But the teenagers can decide for themselves, so we adults need to set clean boundaries. So if you want to get more or less the story on how solving everything, you need to go to the previous recording. This is definitely an add-on with some repeating, but this is not like the key answer to all, as the previous recording more is. It's already been shared. (3876) 3800 series. It's about 2,500 episode recording. We were in tune to a little bit level up and lower down in the amount, so it's not chronicle in recording of when it's recording the different series, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When there is a series, like the 3800 series, actually started from 3, 6, 7, 3. The whole 3700 series is to keep private due to things being shared. Also, some recordings they still need a lot of protection, are being cut into two or not being used, because my visions definitely showed that certain things I cannot share yet for my own goodness. I don't know. Hey, I got here like a picture drawing of the universe that I made. This is like this universe. I draw a map of it. It's the first time I seeing of a bird, his mouth. This is the first time I'm seeing it. It's really like the word really. I really wanted to put it out of our vocabulary like we use it. Maybe basically all add-on bijvoeglijk naamwoord, so things that say something to make it bigger, larger, often are not needed in writing. And so it's like the snavel of a bird. It's a little bit like the eagle. It's a green color. When I drew it, I also felt like, oh. Yeah, something was really getting out of me. I know the light beings visiting me, they often, like it happened a couple of times, they asked me to remove the decorations hanging in front of it, and they want to see the map for the next destination. It's true. So the being of universe, because also the universe is a being. The shape is long. It's bluish, dark bluish, long shaped. If you watch the EA playlist, they've got this woman, and like the 14th episode or so, she's talking with this guy with blonde hair, long blonde hair, I believe. So it's not Ia who also does says simple things, but the other one. Alright, here we go. Sing along. Imagine you are drawing a map of the universe. Imagine that this knowledge, if you let flow your hands in an artistic way, you are able to make the map of the universe. Stock start is coming, means the Egyptians one. They have the body of a stock start. It means a monkey with a standing on their tail. Gray and white colored fairy. They're the Egyptians of 6,000 years back. They came multidimensional, saw them. On another shape, it's actually a reindeer, but in my head it made a connection of this. And they say just keep on singing. Now they say, thank you Sirius, we like to work with you together with Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, Kai, Sasha, Eriki, Pleiades, Arcturian, Andromedan, and Shark Static himself, Spirit of Love, Movement and Attachments, gnomes, fairies, many more beings, at least 12 more red colored energy, red caves, dark caves, going into salvation. Keep walking till you are out of the woods, into the light. Keep walking, keep going forward, even if you don't know much what direction. So then we're talking with Egyptians of 6,500 years back. They say indulge, like surround yourself with water, like a waterbender of the cartoon avatar. Indulge you with this information, play it, repeat it, play it and be playful with it, create, play this in the background with people, play this, recreate, play another background that's like Zen, play them together, maybe even record them and re-upload it, as long as you create all credits, or just send them by email for us to re-upload, and just share your thoughts and possibilities, and use your snavel, so the mouth of a bird, to distinguish and to be high in the sky and get a worm that's feeding. Everything feels so well. Everything is so well connected. Yes, you're on point. You've heard what we said. It's correct. What you think you've said is more or less correct. There are a lot of different visions, a lot of things from yourself where true you're not able to hear what we say. But if you understand like 60, 70, 80% of what we're saying in the right concept, in the right frame, it's more or less very good. Very good. Yes, we are saying what you think you're saying. Yes, we're talking about solving, salvation, and support. You've kept your word, Shark Steady. We're still following you in line. We're glad we've kept you alive. We still many powers what can do you no good. But you kept us dancing, you kept us being playful, and you kept all beings being sport. From now on, all beings play sport, Olympics-ish style, because human beings still need to have a lot of safeguarding and protection. But from now on, we don't need to be learn from being against each other to be up with what's the rest over in the universe and beyond. But from now on, we just be playful and play games. From now on, we can be in a neutral space, place, ever. The Pau, the king of the bird-ish, coming. Definitely go telepathic communication with the Pau. The Pau is like with this all these green, blue colors with an eye in his feathers. They said you're completely right, and your console and information in the console to play games is working very, very, very good. We Egyptians, as we share, we play 3-4 hours per day, collective games on the field, and the rest is just taking care for the harbor, the oast. We've got clean skies over here. We've got a lot of communication through us. We received a lot of messages from you through the Phoenix series. There's a lot of light, even some thunder. We just kept on asking our price what's going on, and it was all about Shark Static, 2030 this time, sending light, resolving it all, everything goes well, just keep on playing sports, keep on being peaceful, be aware of the field, be aware of your thoughts, be knowing that what's happening 4,000 kilometers from you is what you do. You can always send blue, green, different colors, shapes, colors on yourself, on your field. You always have so much possibilities. They are very non-light beings, but eventually you can just transform them as sending them light and explain to yourself and others that you are interacting with your sub-layers, and you can heal your sub-layers, go at least through the dinosaur time, but also pre this universe time, to put it in the right source energy protection. Clean the energies from your eyes, put them out and allow us right now to heal your body. Also the Egyptians, we got you healed. Thanks for giving these births. If you give any birth, anything soon, people, please get it. The cord to the baby attached for a couple of days. And then the baby can say, alright, it's alright, I'm here safe at the planet Earth. And I just let go of the source energy from mother, also the spiritual energy. But step by step, keep it attached for 4 hours to 2.5 days. You could keep it clean a little bit, fill the water if needed. There are many ways to do so. Just keep this spiritual containment. Now, right now we're cleaning a lot of headspace. Moving my hands. It's like, my hands like doing like this. Moving. You can do it alike, and a lot of my front space needs to be cleaned right now. I'm not strong, but a lot of small energies in either must clean. I feel they are doing it with me. Also Gabriel, Raphael especially. Michael is alongside protecting the field. Kai as well, very good, trained by me to protect us also during the Celestine period that we're still in. Basically, the Celestine, the key is to let go and flow, and be flowing, interacting, allowing your thoughts and allowing your first interaction of what you think you need to do, and not put your brain between it, but just be flowing, allowing the energies. So get your brain, not get energies working through you, almost ready for an extra energy. There's a lot of energies. Again, the POW, this blue, green feathered one. Cleaning, almost there. At least to a new phase. They say we say bye. We've got a Lemurian stone and Syrian people and all these beings right now. We had a lot of information from you because we've been listening a little bit longer than when we appeared, when you saw us. We were here about for 1.5 hours. So yeah, we do our best to obtain the previous recording, as we said. Now we just let go. You're the king. You're the king of Aqualand. You're now being honored in stone, expressed forever as our leading guide through the mist, saying we can just keep on walking until there's more and more light, until there's more and more clarity. What we do within and upon our lives, and share to all the masses to be playful, take responsibility, and seriously. For your own weight, that the 0.3% grows to 7, 8, eventually 99%. That Shaq, static multidimensional self-being, doesn't have to carry the world on its own, because it's already almost a ghost. We're still at the edge of being able to stretch it out. So something must and may change. Again, a new world paradigm, new layers have opened. New world opening again. It's actually the third world right now we're opening, because the new world where we landed isn't dealing with enough equality. People still believe so much in their own individual ideas. They're not sending their ideas telepathically to Shaq static in waves. A lot of them have been pulled out of it. Temporarily, they're not co-creating. They don't see how the universe works. They don't see that our leader Shaq static is just part of us all. It's just completely beyond democratic. It's like interacting constantly and teaching you a lot of things. Very great, very brave. To don't expect things or being needed or to to keep them for themselves in information and knowledge, to get himself better, just accepting to have a normal house like all of you. Just 1.3, this is the number of allowance. 1.3 is the number of new exchange and so forth. We're growing and we're changing, and now we focus upon the new world, so the third new world, where Gaia is completely safe, where all beings normalish, like 60-70% of the time, being aware of what they do, what they think, be the observer of their own thoughts, and protect this way where they go and heading, and be in trust, not in fear, but in trust, trust, trust. So all decisions in the future and the past are changed in the right direction, because from now on they will be unmanipulable, blah 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 blah, not using the word anymore, but be co-creating, existing as their own leader, as their own king, their own divine power, interacting with other divine powers, and to have this aura. We've got an elephant-ish Indian coming, sharing knowledge, doing energy work, healing eventually the right part of my belly. We're heading to, and I'm making a little bit of circles instead of, and yes, there we are, almost there. Pushing it up, pushing it up. Oh, now we've got the Dumbo, the elephant, means something is not being listened to well. Doing it back, doing it back. Zen, we got the thumbs and the other fingers connected. And on the hand leaning part, got the chair rather backwards, on the feet on the ground. We've got a little bit yellowish colors. We've got the Egyptians saying bye. We say bye, thank you for visiting, thank you for healing. And we just calm down. My right eye is being healed. A lot of things happening on my right eye. They say you need way more vitamin B for your skin and your eyes. Go research, find it today, now. Send colors to your skin and your eyes as much as you can. Relax the body as much as possible for it to be the chance to heal, the chance pour santé, pour le corps, relaxer ton corps, toujours tout corps relaxé. Die geheel lichaam ontspannen en loslaten. Handen op die lichaam of op die vingers onderkoor. Gewoon ontspannen en die oren aan. Juist het energiewerk dient. En dat houden we een beetje vet met een beetje spanning in de armen. A little bit tension in your arms. You just did energy work and now you just let go, you just flow. Keep your hands in touch with your body or your fingers connected, and you just flow right now with this little bit or something coming up. What does it want to do? It wants to get back in my brain. No, not this direction. Okay, right now we come to this extra energy stone. Sending it out of our body, out of your body. Interdimensional, also healing right now your body with my intention and my possibilities. going through this together. Dragonish, Evander, like a giraffe-ish, but then with a little bit with horns and also a crown of a king. So, a lot of things happening. Just give it a time. I know, we spend time, it's alright. It's at least still 200, it was 1000, 300, 239 is the number of times it's important. And to not focus and to not keep on. You've got the intelligence, you've got the parties. To now keep it going on, let go of things, let go of people, let things of appointments, let go, let go, let go, let go. And just learn to create without your word, without possibility. Just say, I likely to do this, but I'll keep open. Just communicate different from now on. Just take the lessons, but from now on you just be more in steering with the universe, and you put your hands counterclockwise with a stone if you already have any stone in hand reach, and otherwise you just do your finger next to your thumb, a little bit in the sky. Receive the light from above and through your feet going down the earth, but also very slightly. Your nose, they have filtering system, so also breathe through your nose. Also makes it more warm, but it has the filtering system. We almost go to a new next episode, still data mining, if we go for a third round, because basically just did 2 rounds of my morning kind of this today ritual. Alright, some sounds need to be expressed. Oh, yeah, throat healing. The kind of back, the monkeys. See, by the Sahara, the desert kind of clothes are coming on my body. A lot of things coming from a right shoulder needs to let go. So focus on the right shoulder and your chest. Imagine this gigantic stone. Healing yourself. Stay away from other sexes. Just love yourself. Monk time for years and years. Right now you have enough with what you already have going on. Put the love to yourself, to the skies, clean skies. Visualize a lot of trees, a lot of rivers. Visualize your blood to be in your veins to go very nice, very keen, to be completely renewed over 7 years. Of course, we stand open for all hybrids coming to the earth, inhabiting us, put their telepathic opportunities to actually teleport a lot of options outside of our body, whether they're able to manifest themselves in a dense reality or not. Like Dargam is definitely the second wave, as in expressing 112 of Star News in about 40 minutes. Yes, from 40 minutes. Definitely, and this is a news episode, we definitely are connecting with the second wave. They are wearing helmets like yellow colors, face, tall face. They a little bit look like the mantis, praying mantis, but they're just human. Somehow connected. Praying mantis are also one of the first beings on planet Gaia. They look like grasshoppers, of course. We know that thanks to transmission of Pleiades or holographicview.com. Thanks to her, great pioneer. Just put out a lot of light. Again, not over 70% accuracy yet, at least in receiving. Still needs to heal things with the family, like we're now gonna do. Your family. Oh, and our connection to it. And first we've got relation cables. We heal our relation cables. To all direct family, intergalactic and indirect family, white, green, yellow colors. You did the preparation. energy waves coming. New species arriving on planet Gaia. Kittens to behold. Alright. If you can, your right feet at the bump, just beneath the toes on the underside. Get a stone or your fingers and pull out whatever needs to be pulled out of it. Alright, it feels more nice, like some air is being cleaned. Stop recording. We need time for ourselves to digest.